Welcome to another episode of Traffic Island. I'm your host, Linda Roy. You see their names on the memorial signs along the highway, at overpasses, bridges, and traffic islands, the brave veterans who sacrificed their lives for our country. Follow me as we profile the veterans behind the names you see on the signs. Let's not forget them. Frank Lyman Baylies was 20 years old in 1916 when he joined the war effort of World War I. Born September 23, 1895, in New Bedford, Massachusetts, Frank Baylies was the son of Charles S. Baylies and Lydia Terry Page Baylies. His father was a salesman in the family flour and grain business on Union Street. The 1904 city directory shows the Baylies had moved from Bedford Street to the far north end. Their house on Acushnet Avenue stood near the corner of Hersom Street, where there is a Dunkin' Donuts now. There, Frank lived with his father, his mother, and his sister Emily. Most Americans waited for the United States to enter the war before taking a personal interest in Germany's defeat. Baylies was too impatient. At age 20, he joined the American Ambulance Service, which picked up wounded men along the Western Front and took them back to hospitals. After being given a joyride in a plane by a French aviator, Baylies volunteered for aviation training. He was rejected by the American Air Service because of his poor eyesight. Baylies joined the French aviation instead in May 1917. It turned out he had a natural flair for piloting. When the United States entered World War I on April 6, 1917, Baylies and 5 other American volunteers were ordered back to France. The French cited him for his bravery in evacuating wounded men under fire. After scoring his 12 victories with the French, he transferred into American Aviation Service, but remained with the French until his death in action. He was given the astute honor of being a World War I flying ace, a hero. Baylies' string of victories ended on June 17, 1918, when his plane was last seen falling in flames after being shot down over the Western Front when he engaged 3 enemy German fighters. A 4th one had circled around and shot him down. Paul A. Rockwell, Chicago Daily News war correspondent, sat down and wrote a story about Baylies that began, "One of the finest and highest-spirited figures that was ever revealed disappeared from among us." Baylies' friend, Lieutenant Edward C. Parsons, had one of the last photographs ever taken of Baylies outside a hangar in France. The photograph taken in the hangar is one of the latest of my friend Sergeant Frank Baylies of New Bedford, one of the most famous of American aces, either in the French or American Army. Baylies was a singular type. Under a modest, unassuming, and phlegmatic exterior was hidden the heart of a lion. Lieutenant Edward C. Parsons. 1 year after he was killed in action, the city of New Bedford named the intersection of Acushnet Avenue, North Front Street, and Belleville Road as the Lieutenant Frank Lyman Baylies Square. The site is marked by a sign bearing his name, along with a decorated memorial wreath and 2 American flags. At the Swift Elementary School on Acushnet Avenue, a large bronze tablet commemorating Frank Baylies was placed in the school by the Daughters of the American Revolution. To this day, Swift students mark their school's famous graduate, his life, his service, and his sacrifice. Lieutenant Frank Lyman Baylies, born September 23, 1895, died June 17, 1918. He was 22 years old. Lieutenant Frank Lyman Baylies, thank you for your service.